Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy November. I am excited about November 1st. I don't really know exactly why, but I just feel very excited about today. I think that this is the beginning of a new phase for a lot of us. And woo, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I feel very happy. All right, so today let's do messages for each sign. We'll start with that. After that, we'll do 5 minutes of Reiki, just like we normally do. And then after that, we'll answer any questions that you all may have. Right now, it's 11:40 Mountain Time on November 1st. So let's start with Aries, looking at November 2nd, which is Thursday. I'm seeing you guys in a wagon like maybe on Little House on the Prairie or the Laura Ingalls story, and a wooden wagon with wooden wagon wheels, horses pulling it. I'm seeing a wagon moving along a trail whenever I'm seeing you guys, Aries. And so this is telling me that you are doing something on Thursday where you're making some forward progress. And this is slow going, but still progress that definitely you can count. You may want to consider the way in which you're handling something and make sure that it's not outdated, that there aren't better ways to handle whatever this is that you're handling, more modern, up-to-date, more efficient ways than taking that old wooden wagon with the old wooden wagon wheels and dealing with the rate of speed of that. So that's the message for Thursday the 2nd for Aries. Taurus on the 2nd, what do we have coming up for you? So Spirit is saying, love spins me round. Isn't there an old song like that? Now I'm going to have to look that up later. Spin me round, 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 turn. I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember the exact words or how it went. Anyway, I do feel like Taurus, you've got somebody that you care about greatly. It doesn't have to be romantic love that spins you around, although for a lot of you, it may be. It may be that whether this is romantic or whether this is otherwise, this is someone that you care about greatly and that you love that has something going on, or maybe some way that they're behaving has you kind of spinning like, okay, which way are we actually going here? The changes in plans may be coming up, or this person's perspective may be changing a lot. And as they're changing, you're trying to adjust. And it leaves you with a sensation of spinning, not really going in any one particular direction, not being landed on a focus point or a goal yet. Okay, so that is Thursday, the 2nd of November for Taurus. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. I'm seeing like a road with like 3 forks in it that you could go down, Gemini. So this is telling me that you have some choices about things that you can be focused on for the 2nd. And I feel like you may be trying to do like all 3 things at once, and that's just not going to work. That's going to have you stretched too far out. This may be one of those days when you have to figure out what you want to focus on, or when you have to allot certain time for certain things and then switch over to the next thing and then switch over to the next thing. So you've definitely got choices about what you can focus on, and it may be a little bit of a struggle to keep from having your energy too scattered to make any progress with any one of these. So I would say what you want to focus on is finding some balance, or finding a way to make progress without, finding a way to handle these 3 situations in a way that doesn't leave your energy feeling scattered. That's going to be the challenge for you and the goal for you on tomorrow, Tuesday the Thursday, Thursday the 2nd. Okay, let's look at Cancer for Thursday. What do we have coming up for you guys? You guys, seems like your focus lately has been about stability and setting some kind of foundation, whether this is literally you're setting the foundation on your dream home, or whether this is more about financially, setting up that 401k or whatever this is. Stability, stability, stability comes in for me, for you guys repeatedly these last several days. And so this is what I'm seeing again, that you guys are really focusing on getting some stability in your life. Now, this doesn't have to be financial stability. For some of you, it's not going to be. We're talking about stability emotionally, that you're working on emotional stability in your life. You may even be looking at people who are major contributors to your life, and you may be thinking, wow, you are really unstable yourself, and that's keeping me from being stable. And you might be just trying to decide what you want to do about that. How do you want to handle that so that you can be more stable? But also, I feel like there's a little bit of your own instability that you're dealing with. For some of you, there's more than a little, but there is some of that, at least some of that factor of a little bit of your own instability that you're dealing with too on the second. Now, for some of you, it will be financial, but I would say 70–80% we are talking about emotional stability. Okay, so let's look at Leo on the second. Leo, 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 Leo. I hear that. I'm hearing two things for you. The first word that I'm hearing is happiness, and then the second phrase that I'm hearing is charging ahead. So I didn't hear happiness charging ahead. I heard happiness, and then I heard charging ahead. So that tells me that there's two focuses for you guys on Tuesday. And so one focus will be happiness. What am I doing to make myself happy? For some of you, the focus is going to be, what am I doing to make us happy? So there's some kind of group. Either this is your significant other, or maybe this is, if you are in a class, maybe this is for the whole class or some kind of organization. You may be working on how can we be happy. But happiness is definitely a focus for you on Tuesday the 2nd. And charging ahead. I feel like there's something that you're wanting to really accomplish or make progress with. This may or may not be related to happiness. It's going to be different for different ones of you. Some of you it will, some of you it won't. But there is something that you're charging ahead with, and it does feel good. There's a lot of energy here. This is forward progress. Whatever it is that you're charging ahead with is something that you can be proud of and be happy about doing. So charging ahead on something feels to me like this is some kind of project, and I feel like you've just barely gotten the go-ahead, whatever the go-ahead is, whether it's having enough money in the bank to pull it off, whether it's hearing from the boss, yes, the client wants this, whatever your project is, whatever that go-ahead is, I feel like you are just getting the go-ahead just now, and now you're just like, great, I have been waiting for this, kabam, you are out of the chute, baby, charging ahead. Okay, looking at Virgo for November the 2nd, for Thursday. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo on Thursday. Very solid feeling energy for you guys here today on Thursday. And I feel like the world is sort of revolving around you. I feel like you are making the world sort of revolve around you. This is a day when you may be saying, you know what, can you bring that paperwork to me? Can you meet me here so we can talk about that? Can you bring this thing over to me so that I can do something with it or use it or whatever? I feel like all roads lead to Virgo. I feel like there's a lot of help, there's a lot of attention being given to Virgos, and I feel like you guys are sort of demanding this. It may be that you're not feeling well, and so you can't get into the office, so you're having a messenger or a courier bring you stuff so that you can work from home. Or it may be, I don't even know what other example to give, honestly, but it just feels like you're having people come to you so that you can get things accomplished, rather than you going out and meeting with this client, or going into work, or I just don't see you guys moving. I see you guys very stationary. Anything that's going to happen has to be because somebody brings that to you to take care of where you are. That's a pretty wild prediction. You guys will have to tell me how that works out. Okay, so next we're going to look at Libras. Oh, and I just realized something. Hang on. I just realized that I did not make this public. That's why there's still only one person watching, which would be me. Oops. Let's fix that. Okay. That was less than efficient. All right, so let's see. Let's look at Libras now. Libra, Libra, Libra. What do we have going on for you? I have you kind of running on two wheels or running on two tracks. I'm picturing like two bicycle wheels, but I'm picturing them kind of going on two tracks right next to each other. They actually don't seem so connected. Like this could almost be two unicycles, but it's not. These are two free-flowing wheels. So Libras, I think you've got a couple of major things that are going on today that you're keeping on top of. And, you may be able to keep on top of those both pretty much at the same time, multitasking. It may be that there's something that you have to deal with, at your child's school, and yet you're still keeping on track with things at work. And so there are texts, emails, Skype messages, whatever, going back and forth. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to pan out for you, but I do feel like you have a couple of things that are in progress that you are keeping up with and steering and guiding along the way through your day, Libras. Okay, let's look at Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio on the 2nd. Fun day, fun day, fun day. Isn't there a song that talks about Sunday's my fun day? Only this is Thursday, so Thursday comes up as a fun day. This may be a day when we're doing something fun. Pretty self-explanatory. Doesn't mean that we're not going to work or we're not doing our normal stuff, but just that we have some things going on that do feel fun for us. We are taking some time down for rest and relaxation and just enjoying something fun in life. Sagittarius on the 2nd. Sagittarius on Thursday, the 2nd. What do we have coming up for you? A lot of sweetness, I think. I'm hearing the word here is honey for Sagittarius. Now, honey is not only sweetness, which is the first thing that I think of with it, but honey is also nourishment. There are reasons to take honey, especially if you're taking raw honey, for medicinal value. So this is, I guess you could say, sweet medicine. So maybe there's something going on where you are getting some kind of healing, either physically or emotionally, or maybe a relationship's getting healed, and there is some sweet medicine going on. Maybe if it's a relationship, you guys are paying attention to each other and just really enjoying each other's company, and that's bringing some healing back to the relationship where it needed it before. So this would be sweet medicine. And then, it could be that maybe you're getting a cold, and so, you're doing the honey and lemon in your tea, or you're doing the honey garlic lemon mixture that helps with colds. But sweet medicine is what I feel like we have coming up for Thursday for Sagittarius. Now, saying that, when we talk about medicine, that does kind of imply maybe you're not feeling so good. I have a feeling that this is not so much a big deal not feeling so good, and I have a feeling that taking this sweet medicine, whatever it is actually more, it feels much more like sweetness than like medicine. So there you go, Sagittarius. Lamiel McMillan, hello, hello, welcome. I think this is the first time I've seen you in all my life, so glad to have you here. All right, so right now what we're doing is just we're doing messages. I'm finishing those up, and then we'll do some Reiki and some questions. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, honey. Let me look at Capricorn for Thursday the 2nd. What sign are you, Lemuel? Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Let's see. Capricorn, I have those, I'm hearing charging forward for you too. You're the second sign that I've heard this, but that I'm getting a different image for you for whenever I hear charging forward. I am seeing that goat or that ram. I'm seeing the curled up horns, and I'm seeing you just like pounding down the road, getting ready to slam into something. So there is something that has been an obstacle for you lately, and you were getting ready to just hit it head on. Head on. So you're getting ready to basically just do what you can to obliterate whatever this obstacle is. I am hearing that this is going to work for you partially, or at least temporarily. But there are better ways to deal with this obstacle than slamming into it head on. So you may want to consider that before tomorrow, if you can. Okay, so let's move on to Aquarius, your Gemini, Sun, Virgo, and okay, I've already hit all those signs already, unfortunately. Okay, so let's talk about that when we get into question times, Lamiel. Aquarius, let's look at you for November the 2nd. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Aquarius, you have such a light energy. I've got free floating coming in for you again. And I know before I've had like gliding or floating before. You are really good at just flowing with the wind. Wherever life takes you, there you are. And really good at being present in the moment. And so I also feel like there's um, an aspect of creativity to this for you guys. And so as you're doing whatever your creative thing is, you're just kind of following the flow of that and floating along with that. So Aquarius, that's an interesting message. It's interesting that you keep getting similar messages though. So definitely following your creativity and following the impulses that life gives to you, Aquarius. Okay, so Pisces, what do we have for you? Pisces, Pisces, what do we have for you? November the 2nd. Gosh, we're already in November. I'm so happy we're in November. This is my birth month. Maybe that's why I'm so happy. Pisces. Pisces, do you remember the other day whenever I told you you were watching an Aquarius bust out of an aquarium? This is your day to bust out of that aquarium. Okay. So Pisces, often I do see you as the fish, and today I do see you just taking some major energy and busting right out of the aquarium, coming into some new freedom for yourself. Okay, so maybe this is, if you've been in a situation where you've lived with roommates, maybe you're moving into a place that's your own, and that's glorious freedom. Or, maybe you are launching your own business, and so that's glorious freedom, not working for somebody else. Maybe you are busting out of a relationship that had turned toxic or that wasn't good for you. Glorious freedom, once again. I'm not sure how this is going to manifest for you guys. I'm sure it's going to show up in different ways for different ones of you, but definitely that whole energy about busting free of some kind of boundary is major for you guys for Thursday. All right. Next, we're going to do Reiki now that we've got messages out there for everybody. So we're going to do Reiki for 5 minutes, and then after that, we will have a question and answer time. So Reiki, what I do is I set the intention for whatever is for your highest and best good. If you feel like you need the Reiki to work on something else for you, then feel free to adjust that intention to whatever it is you would like the Reiki to help you with. But for the moment, let me go ahead and get that rolling. Okay, so 5 minutes of Reiki. So Basically, while I'm doing Reiki, if you guys notice any changes emotionally or any changes in your body, if you want to talk about those, a lot of times those can be indicators of where energy is going to shift for you and what kind of changes you should be expecting in your life after the Reiki. This is a super tiny Reiki session, 5 minutes. My actual Reiki sessions that are what you would consider more typical are an hour long. And so Reiki can help with all kinds of different things, can help with financial situations, can help with medical situations, can help with emotional situations, relationship situations, pretty much anything that you can think of that you might need help with, Reiki can help with it. And so if you would like to get a private session that's an hour long where I can send a lot more energy to you, you can always check out my website, find out how to do that. My website's www.amista.info, I-N-F-O. This was good timing, huh? You can always get a hold of me at my contact information on my website and book a session as well. Like I said, this is just a bite-sized bit. That would be good. You should check out my website today, though. You might be surprised what you find. Just saying, Reiki-wise. Mm-hmm. I didn't know from Atlanta, but Southern, yes. If you guys are at all curious or interested in Reiki, there's a really good nugget on my website that you would benefit from greatly if you take advantage of it. Hey, 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 there's Christelle. Glad to see you, my dear. You should have known to find me here before you started Skyping. You should have checked here first. There's Ann Baines. Yes, we're in Reiki heaven right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're just doing Reiki for about 2 more minutes, Christelle. You're fanning out. What does that mean? You're fanning out. And then after that is question time. Oh, you're fanning out because Christelle's online. Hi, Linda. I like fan watching. Who is it then? Wow. Very cool, Anne. Very cool, Lamiel. That's awesome. Right, I know, Christelle. That's definitely a sign, isn't it, Lemuel? The universe is so good about giving us those little synchronicities that make us go, "Oh, yeah, it's time." What are you saying about Dolce, Miss Ann? Okay, guys, so that is the end of the Reiki. Now is question time for those of you who have questions, anything that you want to know about, expanding your own psychic abilities. What is it like to be a psychic? Whatever you have on mind, how do you bake a good cherry pie? We can talk about anything. And so if you have little personal questions, I don't mind answering those here. Not anything that's going to get really complicated that I'm going to need a lot of time to look at thoroughly for you, but little questions we can look at here. And you're floating because you're in a good place. Oh, that's so sweet, Lemuel. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes telling people can be really difficult. I remember when I first came out as a psychic, I did not know what my family was going to say. So it was a lot more, I put a lot more stressed energy into that than I needed to, actually. Nobody wanted to behead me or burn me at the stake after all. When I started working with them like in a conscious way and I realized not everybody had them, would have been after Scott passed away. And he passed away October 29th of 2011. So right about then. And even then, I didn't really realize how psychic I was. I just thought I was crazy, really. Took me a good 6 months to realize that there actually was communication going on and I wasn't just grieving. I don't want to say goodbye, so I'm making up stuff in my head. That's really what I thought for a long time. And actually, I hear it's kind of typical when people like find their gifts again when they're older to think that they're kind of losing their mind before they get a grip on what's really happening. I thought we had talked about that before, Crystal. I've always had psychic stuff going on. I just didn't know that it was psychic stuff. I would have never called it that because I was raised to think that if you were psychic, you were going to go straight to hell. In fact, I thought if you visited a psychic, you were going to go straight to hell. Don't collect $200, don't pass go, straight to hell. So I never would have called my ability psychic. I never would have even thought that. I was raised to believe anybody who even went to a psychic was. Who is Anne? Anne is somebody that used to come into the room before, and she actually passed away Sunday. You too, Lemuel? Yep. And then when you find out like you are psychic and you realize, well, wait a second, how come I don't remember making a deal with the devil? Then you figure out that you're not um, going to hell after all. I'm not exactly sure how she's on here. I'm trying to decide if she's somebody else is on her account playing a prank or if it really is her just saying hi. Right now, I'm trying to focus on like everybody and just doing this transmission, so I'm not focusing so much on just seeing if this is really her or not. I will be sorting that out later on. It could easily be somebody pranking me, though. Not so weird, because once we're out of our bodies, we are completely energy, and so we can manipulate electronic things. So I'm not too weirded out by it, even if it really is her. But I am going to be getting to the bottom of if it really is her or if it's somebody just pranking me. Because I've never had anybody show up in YouTube or anything like that and just text me after they crossed over before. All right, so that is our time together, guys. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful day. Thank you so much for stopping in and hanging out with me, keeping me on my toes. Keeps me fresh whenever you guys are in here with all your questions, so I do appreciate that so much. Thank you also, everybody, for sharing, commenting, and all of that good stuff. I appreciate that as well. And I look forward to doing Reiki for those of you who would like a full session, or doing readings for those of you who would like some more clarity in your life. Just check out my website, www.amista.info. You can find all my contact information there, and we can talk about what it is that you actually need and get that scheduled for you. Everybody have a great and fantastic day. And I love you too, Anne. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.